Come over here. Word on the street is you're looking for a piece of the action. Premium quality dice, yeah? Check these out. Got 'em over at metallicdicegames.com. The best part is, if you tell them I sent you, you can get them even cheaper. Use the promo code RBP10 at checkout. Makes the price so low, you're practically stealing them. Oh, gotta go. Don't forget to use the promo code RBP10.
Warning, this podcast contains mature content, including scenes or descriptions of graphic violence, sexuality, and psychological trauma. Listener discretion is advised.
The Rancor's Brothel presents Impossible Landscapes. A Delta Green campaign by Dennis Detweiler.
What do you want to do? You got some books.
We do have books. We also have Cabrera, which we can look more into and see if we can find whatever book that refers to. He said he doesn't have the Cabrera book, and that, to me, implied that that's the one you want.
I don't remember that book. What was it supposed to be about?
Oh, my God. Chateau du Port.
You had the conversation, Daniel.
Daniel, where you at? That's what I thought.
Don't.
Wait, was B.R. Robert human or mechanical?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Did he write the play?
Maybe.
Translated it.
No. But B.R. Robert, again, it's been a minute. Didn't B.R. Robert actually write?
No.
He is a curator of fine titles.
He is the shop owner.
Yeah, that's all. Mosby translated the book.
Mosby translated.
And
Ted Mosby.
Frankie apparently ran into him. My guess is
Wrote
in the
the
same
whole
way that
thing.
we ran into Asa.
No.
Is that not true?
Did he? He didn't run into Mosby, did he?
Fuck, ran into Mosby.
Talk to Frankby.
He's not here.
Come on. You know that's not a reliable source.
Yeah, please.
And in any
That's
sense.
the best part.
Maybe he didn't. I don't know. I thought he did.
You got Lucas over here making connections to hierarchies to doors. Like, I mean,
He maybe.
we all know their version of Alice's restaurant is the best. Bridge too far?
Bridge over the River Kwai.
Yep, that's where I was headed next.
Poor Troy is shot. He deserves it.
I have Mosby circled, translated from French.
Okay.
You've had several people tell you about Mosby.
God, these
Well, that's why I know Mosby's come up.
It does say B.R. Robert claims to be the translator of King in Yellow, but then it saes Mosby. And I was writing as he was talking.
Yeah.
So I feel like,
Your notes are as unreliable as the
yeah.
note.
As
But
the
I
note
thought
giver,
Mosby is the one who translated it. But I
you
might be
already know
wrong.
that.
Okay.
Someone else told you that. An NPC perhaps more reliable than the PC.
Probably.
No, for sure. You had a conversation with
That was L something.
Leland.
Leland. Yeah. Mosby wrote the file.
Mosby wrote the file that Leland compiled. Leland was DG.
Yeah.
Mosby was DG.
Right.
P4 really, but DG.
No, Leland was 12 monkeys. I don't know. But keep on. Keep going.
Then who was phone?
Who cares?
Clancy.
All right. We going to France?
Oh, God. That's a big jump.
Well, okay. France or Chicago? Where do you want to go? Which one's
Ready?
closer?
You ready to go to France? How many shots you had?
Sure. I mean, I look forward.
Let's step out of the shop and see where we end up first.
Maybe we're in France.
And then we'll make that decision.
That'd be dope.
Because there's a chance we're not back in New York.
It'd be like DCC. We'll just roll a D100 and see where you end up.
Let's just play a DCC in the middle of this and see what happens.
I'm kind of curious who came in.
But
I mean, I didn't hear the bell, so I don't know that someone came in, but
yeah, I'm slightly scared that it's the police.
Masson boys.
I mean, are we done? I mean, we kind of found at least the one text that we were after.
Right.
We
And
found
some other texts.
We found another one.
Which is not one I expected to get, but happened to ask a question that was relevant.
Now, I asked for a copy of World with Outdoors.
That's the Floor House.
Was that before or after we shot a man?
Before.
Just to watch him die.
But I also have written down A Darkness at the Corners.
Hey, Joe.
That's about Darabandi.
Where you going with
1957.
that gun in your hand?
I have that book, though. I got it out from the library. So we have that, Devil's Craftsman, and then
Okay, so
Architecture
then I did get a
and
book. Then I did get a copy of, because I got a copy of a book when we were in here.
Which book?
I thought it was The World Without Doors because I had asked for it.
I can't remember. I should write down my trench coat.
But I think you gave me the Darkness book because you had gotten a couple books.
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing?
We're in France.
Okay. Via where?
Your mom.
Exiting the shop.
Okay. So you're headed towards the front.
Yeah, we'll head towards the front.
Okay.
Do you tell us that someone came in and that's what drew B.R. Robert away?
Did we not see anybody come through the front door? Are we not?
We're not inside of it, I don't think. We met you in the stacks after B.R. Robert left.
All right, I'll peek
You heard
out.
a tinkle, we didn't hear a tinkle.
I'll peek out. Who do I see at the front door? Who do I
It's
see?
not that close, you don't think.
What
You'd
do you
have to walk a ways to get to the front door.
Okay.
I don't think you realize that this is a bookstore where they hide the Ark of the Covenant. Like,
Yeah, I feel like this. When I first envisioned this, it was not as big as it seems to be.
Almost
in
like
terms of space.
almost like the McAllister building's only 2 floors, right?
Sure, why not? Let's just make our way to the front door. But I definitely want to try to catch a glimpse of who came in.
You turn a couple of corners, and you get a strong, cold breeze.
Mm-hmm.
And as you turn the corner, you can see the
Cold breeze. What year? What month is it?
You turn and look, and the bell seems to be moving slightly as if someone just came in or out. And the sign that Thomas Wright flipped to closed is kind of swaying against the door.
Does it still say closed?
Yes.
But we don't see another individual in this room.
You don't see anyone nearby you.
I'll start looking down every aisle. Like, do I see another person with the owner?
Do I hear B.R. Robert talking?
You do not hear B.R. Robert talking.
Mr. Roberts.
Oh, it may be that they left.
Dr. Roberts.
You call out, but you get no response.
I feel we've been duped, boys. Something's weird.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold my shotgun. Just kind of at the ready,
Like you do.
like you do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna kind of shoulder to. I guess what's the setup into it? Like we can see the.
You could see the
Door.
whole front area. So you could see the door. There was like a side door to another room. There's the long counter that you were at. And it looks like you just walked away from that 10 seconds ago.
No blood on the floor.
As you look down, there's a massive fucking pool of blood behind the counter.
Oh,
Like more blood than it is in a normal human body. Yes.
is Barbas's body there?
Nope. You don't see any bodies.
You said there's a door to a side room.
Yes, I believe so.
We didn't inspect that, did we?
Nope, never heard of it.
All right. I'll try the doorknob.
Question: did you also give me a shotgun or just a trench coat and a mask?
Can we trust you with the shotgun?
I got a 60 in firearms. What do you want?
I want you to have a shotgun.
I'll take it.
I thought you more meant, are you just going to start unloading on people willy-nilly?
No, I didn't know because you said there was 3 of each. I just didn't know if you gave me all 3. You only mentioned the mask and the coat.
I'm giving you the shotgun too.
Yeah, there's a small door that's marked WC.
Oh, okay.
Fields.
Is it open?
Yeah, it opens.
Oh, with shotgun in hand, open it.
It's actually, when you open it up, it's a small closet. There is no toilet, and it's racks and racks of like accounting ledgers. Dozens of them. Dozens and dozens.
Like the one that Thomas Wright was inspecting?
Correct.
Oh. Huh. Are they dated by
No.
year?
No.
Okay. I'll pull one out.
Sure.
Just, thumb it open.
The ledgers do not appear to be written in English or even a Latin-based language.
Okay.
You would guess Arabic.
They have our same number system though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do I see years?
It would be hard to tell for sure, but yes, you do think that you can tell. You're not sure if it's date, month, date, year, date, month, but yes, you can see you can tell that the ledgers go back.
What one do I have right now?
You would guess it's from if you're interpreting it correctly, from the 80s.
Okay, I'm going to I'm going to put it back, go like a shelf over, pull that from there, look at it.
It also appears to be from the 80s.
Oh, okay, I'll put it back.
But
go
it's a
down
lot
little
older.
bit. Oh, so go between the two.
You see one that appears to be from the 60s?
Go a little bit to the right.
Like, you're starting to get the sense that these aren't necessarily in order, but they are old.
Okay. Looking for 1954.
Good luck. You start pulling.
Okay, so there's no...
Yeah, but you pulled an 80s, and then you pull another 80s that looks a lot older and more brittle, and you don't want to contemplate what that means, really.
Yeah,
That hurts your brain a little.
All right, well...
You mean like this one's 1980s and this one's 1880s?
That was the implication I got.
All right.
Do you read Arabic?
I don't think anyone does.
I would
Racist.
assume plenty of people do.
At this table.
With a thriving culture, you son of a bitch.
At this table, on these character sheets, I don't think
Thought I
anyone
knew
does.
you.
Oh God! Stop walking into them, Lucas. We wouldn't make them. No characters at this table read Arabic, a diverse and flourishing language and culture.
Despite what you say.
What else do you want to do?
I'll just...
That's a good snort. Troy is tickled by that one.
I'll look... I'll just kind of look behind, just combing
Ledgers.
Okay.
Ledgers.
Let's come out. Ledgers.
What do they say?
Heath.
They don't say Heath.
Oh.
R.I.P. to a real one. That seems to be written in Arabic. Got some numbers, maybe some dates, but it's all out of order.
Int by 3, Flynn.
Okay.
3?
Oof.
That's different.
Yes, got it by 1.
Did you?
Yep.
You notice that as you're scanning them, the dates don't line up, but what's written in Arabic, maybe something about the way that the script is written catches your attention. Some of the lines are the same or almost nearly the same, and they fall in a regular pattern.
Like, is he seeing a repetition of words?
Like it's the same thing, just written over and over again.
Yeah.
So like if I flip through, I see the same script.
On the same line, on the
So
same
it's the
page.
same thing.
Over and over and over and over. On the 28th line of the ledger.
I'm just going to tear a page out. So tearing a page out would give me one repetition of the...
one repetition. Yeah.
Okay, I'll tear a page out, fold it up, put it in my trench coat.
But yeah, every book that you look at looks identical in handwriting. It's perfect script. No mess ups.
All right. I need an Arabic scholar or just an Arabic person.
Good luck.
Well, lads,
I suppose since Mr. Wright and Tommy or Frankie off, we should see if we can go find them.
should we burn it, or do you think it even matters?
I don't think it matters. I mean,
As the
Mr. Wright-
Doors famously sang, nothing really matters. Anyone can see.
Mr. Wright shot Mr. Roberts and he came back. So, I mean, if you really feel like burning it down, go ahead. We've at least now made some progress through here. So
It did give us some things that maybe we need, and we don't know what we need yet. So
yeah.
maybe it's a resource. All right. It remains unburned for now. All right. I'm going to exit the bookshop.
Ba-ding-a-ding. Jeff can edit that in if he wants to.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yep. Gideon steps out the door.
I guess we follow.
Exit onto a New York street.
It's night. You appear to be on a busy street in Midtown New York.
Cars going by look contemporary.
Yes, as best as you can tell, you've come back roughly where you left. You think.
I turn around and look at what we just came out of.
An abandoned building.
I pop my phone and check the time.
It is the same date that you went into the bookstore. It's just now 10 o'clock at night.
Okay. Creepily enough, it is 10:03.
Huh. We emerge into Grady's basement.
Yep.
How freaky would it be if somebody just opened that door?
Nope.
Spencer walks in. He's been here the whole time.
Spencer would do that too. He would
would.
hide
He
in that
f***ing
door
would.
for 4 or 5 hours just to with you guys. Man, I really hope Spencer gets into running games because he will come up with fun stuff like that that'd be great to do.
Yeah.
It's an old Thornton Wilder trick from our town, actually. You're supposed to give the actual time as the narrator at the end. So when the narrator says, it's about, and it says in the script, give current time. So that way at the end of our town, after you applaud and you sit up and you look, it's almost exactly like Lucas said, is that the show ends at 10 o'clock and he says, about 10 o'clock now, time to go home or whatever, you know, and then you look at your watch, it's like 10:03. He gave the actual
That's cool.
time. Yep. One of the 3 things I liked about our town amongst all the other bullshit.
Not so much the crack.
The crack.
What play did you watch?
Oh, the play core our town?
Yes.
I thought you meant like the town you grew up in. Sorry.
How dare you besmirch Red Key?
I've never heard of the play. I'm sorry.
Now he's making fun of rednecks
Oh my God.
and crackheads.
Who don't you hate?
Red Key specific.
Who don't you hate?
No one. I don't discriminate. I hate everyone.
There you go.
It's a lot easier.
So yeah, you emerge onto a busy New York City street. You appear to have walked out of an abandoned building that is clearly padlocked.
Can we go back to the hotel and sleep, or at least ruminate over what we've found?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sleep sounds great.
Cool.
You can make your way back to the hotel.
Okay.
Noise.
Still a big pile of dirt in the middle of the room where you left it.
Yep.
Nothing appears to have been disturbed.
That's good.
Who has the bug?
Lousy.
I do.
Lousy.
Oh, no, I ate it.
housekeeping.
You didn't eat it. If you
Well, I
ate it,
choked on it.
I thought you put it in a thing.
if
I
you
swallowed it.
no, you didn't. If that was the case, you would have had a dream. Things hallucinogenic.
I mean, it was my. Do you remember when I was floating?
No.
Or was swimming? I ate it as like a last ditch effort to try to. I don't know what I was doing.
Oh, that's right.
But I failed the sand check or something, and I just choked on it.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
Is that a thing that actually happened?
You don't take notes.
Or pay attention.
That too. I drink during this. I'm the only one who has an excuse to not know what the is going on.
I've also drank.
I drink
today.
incredibly heavily while doing this.
Same.
As I recall, you were all drinking pretty heavily last time.
Sooner or later, my intervention will be staged with like parts of this podcast, I'm sure.
No, you and me will be sitting next to each other.
This week, we're taking a break from our regular DG, and we're going to give Grady an intervention. That'd be a good episode.
Don't you pour that f***ing scotch down the toilet?
That's for your own good. Oh, he's hitting me.
Get help if you need it. I'm not there yet.
We're working on it.
So you get back to the hotel room. It's 11:15 at night.
I'm just gonna go to bed.
Sleep?
Can I see that France's Greatest Hauntings?
Please
clip?
do.
I'm going to start thumbing through that.
Okay. Troy, what is Reggie doing?
I would probably. I was actually really interested in finding her Grey song, so I would probably crack that open.
Sure, you can read it. It looks like a quick read, actually. So Flynn, as Gideon begins to read Chateau de Port, which does translate to Mansion of Doors, this is a sort of an occult locale located in France that apparently has some connections with ritual magic, ghosts, and demonology.
Okay. Is that really all the selection gives me from that book?
No, I'm going to give you some stuff. I'm just not sure what I'm going to give you.
Okay.
Expect Lucas.
Don't expect Lucas to do anything. He's asleep.
No, I didn't expect Lucas to ask this question to follow up on this lead, so I wasn't super prepared on it.
No.
So you find out that Augustus, his wife Louise, and their son Gabriel take up residence in the Chateau de Port along with their staff in 1402. The family name is Chastain.
That sounds familiar.
Did you give a location, a more accurate location, or just France?
I'll have to look. I'm not sure exactly where the Chateau de Port is. Probably in this book is rumored to be. The Chateau de Port is loosely described as like this mansion that's full of odd, strange doors. Some of them just open into walls. Some of them don't have useful purpose as a port, as you know, whatever. Some of them are incredibly small, overly large, kind of like a weird artistic Picasso type piece is kind of what you get the sense of. It notes in October, apparently there was an accident where Louise opened a door on the third floor and then fell to her death. and that shortly thereafter, Augustus Chastain reports seeing a number of odd sightings. This would be the very next month. Reports seeing odd people in the house at night. Men in masks and silver robes, a specter with its head on fire, and at least one sighting of his deceased wife.
Hey, girl.
He is described at this time as haggard and ill-shadowed, and having been buying books on codes and ciphers from all over the Western world. So that's basically what you get. It's kind of a spooky story.
Any information on what books he was looking at or what the nature of the codes were?
No, you get that France's Greatest Hauntings is more of a, here's some spooky things that happened.
Yeah.
It's not
Anthology.
Super, yeah, ish.
Does it have a bibliography, like works consulted?
You get the sense that a lot of these were probably church records.
Church records?
1402, yeah. Like,
I mean, like where? So, like this, like if it's an anthology, like what works do they consult about that? I'm specifically looking for Cabrera. See if they actually have the citation for.
No, there is no citation of Cabrera.
Any other books that seem to be that maybe they're drawing information from that may go deeper? Using good research skills here, kids.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I don't necessarily correlate paranormal to church record personally, so I guess that's just why I thought I asked that question. Like
church records, because the only people who would have kept records at that time would have been churches. Like you're talking pre-Gutenberg printing press. Like,
I suppose, yes.
Back then, they only had the D's press. D's nuts.
I can't read. No one can read.
What?
It's a Family Guy reference. Guy takes the time to like each individual letter write out like how much of a cheater and how much he hates his ex, and it's like 3 months later, and he hands like papers out, and the guy takes it and goes, "I can't read. No one can read."
Two things sort of look to you as something that might be something that you would be worth looking into. The Hidden History of the Occult Tradition, published 1922, and L'Illuminisme en France, which anyone reading it could be like Illuminism in France, or almost Illuminati-esque is kind of what you're getting. You may not know what the translation of L'Illuminisme is, but illusions, illuminary, Illuminati, like you, it's not that hard in English to translate that.
Is there a year on that?
1902.
Okay.
Troy. Hi. Her Gray Song. It's a very short manuscript, obviously a play, written by, I believe it was B. Paget.
Well, no, there's a distinction.
There is absolutely a distinction.
Is it pronounced Paget or Paget?
Little hard to suss from a book.
You're sus from a book.
Got him.
If any of us are sus, it's Cody.
Troy, roll Sam.
Oh, he did it.
Oh, just got it.
0 from helplessness.
Is that a check mark?
No, only if you lose from helplessness.
Okay. I always forget how that works.
If you lose it, you don't go crazy or breaking point.
I'm going to say, Troy, do you have an art skill?
Yes.
What is it?
Painting.
Doesn't really work.
You gave it to me, so.
You do have an art skill, though.
That's true. Hold on. Taking some notes. Plus 2% unnatural, Troy.
Nice.
Ooh.
I'm at 10, boys.
There he is.
You're the
And we're
only
gonna
one
say-
gaining unnatural in this game.
I know, because I'm the one playing this game.
Well, that's true, but sure, we'll go with it.
And I'm going to say plus 2% in theater as an art.
Oh, well, now you just made this more complicated.
You gained theater as a thing.
I know theater now.
So Her Gray Song is, it only takes you about a half hour to read. It's pretty quick. It is from 1955, and it appears to be, have you read The King in Yellow?
Yes.
It appears to be very much a shortened, an abridged stage direction version. So
Okay.
rather than just reading more of as a novel, this is more like camera pans left or, enter stage right. Lights come up on blah, blah, blah. This is more of a modern telling.
Okay. So is The King in Yellow like in world? Is it not?
It is a play,
It is a play, right?
but this is something. So
But the book we've been reading, I mean, it's not more akin to the actual book. It's a
The King in Yellow is a play. The red book that you have is a play.
Okay.
But a lot of times, if you were to read, say, Shakespeare, the way it looks compared to, say, reading something by Neil Simon is very, very different.
Okay.
Reading Shakespeare is more novelized, kind of. It waxes philosophic. It's very small on the stage directions, other than like exeunt or end scene. Whereas this is more of a modern play. Casilda enters stage left, lights up on Yasilda before a blank stage, and you get the sense that these are like enters with knife or enters wearing cloak, puts cloak on chair. Much more like what we would consider a modern play.
But it's definitely using all the same names.
Oh yeah. No, it's like
Well, so I was going to ask that, but it sounds like if it's about Silda, then it's like it is genderized. It is her song specifically. It's her point of view.
no, it does tell the whole story. The Phantom of Truth is in it. It's the whole story, but it's akin to the difference between, say, Romeo and Juliet and West Side Story. Same story. One's a lot shorter and a little bit more descriptive in what you're doing, as opposed to the other one is kind of
Wow. Those are also very two different things. Like
pretty much exactly the same thing.
This is a feminist.
one is set in like medieval Italy. The other one is 50s New York. Like those are very different things. That's what I'm trying to
It's the
understand.
same setting and everything.
That's
just
what I'm trying
the
to- yes.
style of
Correct.
the piece.
Okay.
The style of the piece is very different.
Okay.
This is not like postmodern King in Yellow set in space.
No, there is
That
no.
would be dope, though.
There is no Lin-Manuel Miranda raps written in her gray song.
We'll hire Lin-Manuel.
I'm tweeting him right now.
Yeah, we'll hire him right now.
I agree.
Everybody listening to this should expect a rap right here.
Jeff, go.
I just want Jeff to rap. Like that's all I want him to do.
Like this is where just Jeff breaks in and goes, "No."
Jeff, rap.
Lucas, I hear a lot of dumb things come out of your mouth. That tops them.
I'm super impressed if he did.
I can't wait to hear it.
He has a whole public. There's some person
know.
who joined the Facebook group and made a post, and I get to approve whether or not posts show up. And most of the time, they're just garbage, like advertising Ray-Bans. But this guy was just like, "Oh my God, I love Delta Green so much, and Jeff is great." And I'm like, approve.
It was Jeff is my spirit animal, I believe is what was stated.
Yeah. No, Delta Green is my life, and Jeff is my spirit animal, I
Yep.
believe was the exact quote. Which I'm like,
welcome to the show, sir.
yeah, glad you're enjoying.
Sorry, the rest of us disappoint you so much.
So yeah, that's what you get.
Cool. So I kind of expected.
That went way further than a minute too.
Yeah, I'm glad it's short because then, I probably wouldn't have read too far into it and would have nodded off. So
Yes, Flynn is definitely, Gideon is probably dozing as he's looking through France's greatest hauntings.
You're welcome.
Cool book, though.
Thank you, Francis.
Like and subscribe.
What are you laughing at?
sorry.
It's from a hip surgery.
I gotta piss.
Francis Hauntings is neighbors with Russell in the Bushes.
Yeah, probably. Russell's is the pervert that lives next door. Yes, I'm not seeing anything else to give you in terms of her gray song. I think that covers it.
Okay.
Any other threads you'd like to pull this evening?
All of them.
It's a possibility.
No, I'm asleep.
Before I went to sleep, I think I would pull out that piece of the ledger,
Sure.
that page, and just Google Translate, do a couple words.
Computer science.
Google Translate or use the app that like when you hover over it, it changes.
I
into
don't know if
English.
that's available in 2015.
It is. There's
Yeah,
an
absolutely.
app
It
called
is.
World Blends.
Yep, World Lens.
That
World
was
Lens.
definitely around.
It's been
Okay,
around
I'll do
since
that
about
then.
2012, 2013.
Still computer science? May I have 50%? I think I can Google.
Are you using some sort of Google Translate, or are you just trying to directly translate it? I guess is what I'm.
I mean, I would have to use some kind of translate. So I guess I could try this, like just moving my phone camera over the page.
Yeah. If you do that, it's going to be an entirely different roll. That's why I was curious.
I was just gonna peck out a few words of it. Just like see what the first few words are. See if it's
even if it's in broken English, you can probably get a gist of it.
My name is Borat. Very good book.
No, it just changes what I was going to do.
Gotcha.
If you read the whole thing, roll Sam.
No.
If you're just Googling words,
Probably fair.
depends on what words.
No. If he's just going to direct translate, then I'll give him the words. That's what I'm.
Too many craft meads.
No, beer runs through me so quick. Like as soon as I finish a beer, I have to pee.
Very efficient.
We'll leave it to chance.
All right.
Chance, come on out.
Roll a D8, Flynn.
That's different.
And just leave it to chance.
4. Good number. Even number.
I think it'll
Down the
help you
middle.
out. So you're scanning your phone with this, and it starts to translate. And I'll let you get to your moleskin. Are you ready?
Yes.
And as in uffish thought he stood.
As in what?
And as in uffish thought he stood.
How do you spell the uffish?
UFFISH.
Is that capitalized?
FISH. Thought.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And as in uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock with eyes of flame
Translation.
We're all dead.
Lewis Carroll.
came whiffling through the Tulgey wood
Damn is.
Yeah, absolutely. Lewis Carroll. Damn the
and burbled as it came. I was really hoping you rolled a line that didn't have Jabberwock in it to let you guys really go, what the is this?
It's still a what the is this?
Well, yes, but if you had said, 'twas brillig and the swithy toves did gyre and gibble in the way, but all
Actually,
mimsy with their
I would know
burgos
that one.
and through the mome
I
rasp
know the
out
opening
grave.
of it.
It's also the ending of it.
It's the beginning and
So if you knew both the beginning and the end, then really the only thing that would have really screwed you up, perhaps, because Jabberwock is quoted in every other line, except for he took his vorpal sword in hand, long time the maximum foe he sought, so rested
Snicker
he
snack.
by the tum-tum tree and stood a while in thought. Snicker snacks 2 more lines down.
All right. Well, that's strange. We've seen a book copy itself before. It wasn't Lewis Carroll. I think that means Lewis Carroll is King in Yellow. We did it, boys.
When was Lewis Carroll born?
Oh my God, 1886.
Could have been.
Hold on. What the Hold on.
I mean, probably the neighborhood. Nope, 32.
Oh, thank God. He died in 1898. That's close.
Where was he in 1886? Was he in Paris? Chicago? Flynn stays up till 3 in the morning. Gideon
Rabbit
Googling
holing.
things. Wait a second. There's a queen of hearts. What about a king? Did she mention a king?
Lewis Carroll also liked to take pictures of little girls like Asa Darabandi. It's all coming together.
I mean,
Controversies and mysteries. First tab, sexuality. Nice. His interest in children had an erotic element. You don't say. Let's read on.
He was in England, at least at the end of 86.
just a hop, skip, and a jump from Paris.
The first major live production of Alice was done in December 30, 86.
Weird.
I'm sure that yeah. I mean, obviously there's Alice correlations throughout all of this stuff.
Her name's Abby.
Yes.
It's a different letter, except for the first one. Those are the same. So do you sleep or do you stay up all night obsessively researching Lewis Carroll?
In game?
Sure. Yes, and.
I mean, there are some. I mean, I'm just reading Wikipedia right now. I remember I did a project in college on Lewis Carroll, and that was a big. It was for a math class. Weirdly enough, he was like a amateur mathematician, but he came up with an algorithm to determine the day of the week that any date fell on.
Oh, yeah.
It was a wild algorithm. Very cool, but he was f***ed up. He wanted to marry this 11-year-old named Alice.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, like, it's also like, if you've never read up on the guy who wrote Wonder Woman, fascinating. Like, there's a Broadway play that's really, really popular about it. Like, he's I forget his name. He's a fascinating individual. But let me throw this out here for you, okay, Flynn?
Edward
So
I was going to say Edward Norton. No, it's something Norton.
he creates Wonder Woman as a character, right? Writes her. Goes on to create the polygraph, what with the rope and all.
Mm-hmm.
He and his wife, super into bondage. Now, this is the part where I think it gets incredibly strange in terms of their sexuality. So they're like graduate level, like, they're doctorates. I think they both have doctorates, right? And they take one of the postgraduate students, so a woman in her 20s or something. And they have like a collective polyamorous relationship, but apparently this polyamorous relationship, they would just tie this dude up and throw him in the closet, and the two women would just have a lovely evening together, romantic or not. And he would just hang out in the closet tied up.
And that was his favorite thing?
Yeah, no, that was their thing. And they did this for not a short time. This was years, decades. And when he kicked the bucket, this woman and her 20-year elder, widow, they stayed together until the widow died.
Huh.
It's a fascinating story. The guy who wrote who created Wonder Woman. Huh. There's a whole Broadway play on it that's apparently just ridiculously amazing.
That's interesting.
Well, there's
have one of these in there that I can smell.
I suppose so.
I just want to make sure I'm good.
Caffeine does not negate alcohol.
No.
First you're hating people, now you're drunk driving.
No, it does. It helps me clear.
Ridiculous.
There's a movie. I think it might now be on HBO. Oh God, because it's got his name in it. Professor Marston and his wonderful Wonder Woman or something like that. I haven't watched it yet, but I've been interested in seeing because I don't know how much truth to life it is. But William Marston. Yeah.
Oh, is it William Marston?
Yeah.
There's a movie, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, about the creation of the Oxford Dictionary with
Professor and the Madman?
Professor and the
yeah,
Man.
I told you about that, didn't I? Yeah.
It's a book.
It's surprisingly really, really good. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it, but it's good. It's a really fucking interesting and real story about how they created the dictionary. Because it's Mel Gibson and
Jude Law.
No.
Tom Hardy.
No.
Just throwing out
Benicio
names.
del Toro.
You're just throwing a bunch of names and it's confused me.
Exactly.
Adam Sandler.
I would watch.
You know what's
that.
funny? The movie that comes to mind is Fast Times.
Sean Penn.
Thank you, Sean Penn. The two of them, because
Dude,
one of them
collect words together.
one of Sean Penn's character is the guy who's in jail, or he's more of a sanitarium. And then,
So he's the professor.
no, Mel Gibson is the professor, and somehow they end up starting to work together, even though he's in jail, to create this fucking dictionary. It's really bizarre.
Huh.
And then they only got so far before they both passed away and had to hand it off to somebody else. It's a true story, and it's really fucking dark, but at the same time, it's really intriguing. So I highly suggest it. Honestly, it was really well done.
I don't usually do this, but I gotta say I'm with Lucas on this one. The Professor and the Madman was an excellent movie.
Anything else your characters want to do?
Sleep.
I'm already asleep.
No, your characters sleep through the night.
Where's Frankie?
Frankie, how you doing?
I feed Frankie a shotgun.
All right. So what's our play? We have some titles that we could look up at the New York Public Library. We have the House in White Plains. We have France. We have
France.
Chicago.
We come from France.
We have Ava Lundine.
Chicago. Yeah.
Ava Lundine would be a good, probably a good lead to follow up before we leave New York proper.
Oh, for
Yes,
sure.
absolutely.
No, I definitely want to try to exhaust what we can before we.
But we're also still trying to find
on.
Broadalbin, right? It's just something we're still trying to seek out.
Yeah.
And it's just, we haven't been able to find it or find the portal to it, I assume. Because it's clearly not in the modern day. It's in the netherworld that we have to find a way to. But he gave us an address of where it's supposed to sit. So maybe that helps. Maybe that will help us find it at a certain time frame.
I'm wondering if we can try to find public record and see if there might have once been
Broadalbin?
a Hotel Broadalbin.
I think that's one thing we never tried.
Yeah.
Even though we were in the library for 2 days.
So maybe library.
Yeah.
See if I can find some of those titles. See
let's
if we can
try
find
that.
anything on Broadalbin.
Microfiche, whatever the we need to.
I mean, going to City Hall and being like, hey, do you have deeds or blueprints or?
I thought we at least Googled it and found technically nothing.
I mean, we Googled it, but that doesn't mean anything. Like,
well, you're not wrong, but yeah, I don't know.
I'm sure there have been plenty of buildings that have existed that you can't Google.
I'm sure. All right, so let's try the library then in search of specifically Broadalbin, and then go from there. Just before we decide to go to Lundine House or wherever it is you want to go to.
Yeah. To the library, Cody.
Okay. You end up in the library. Library use rolls.
Well, that is where we were trying to get to. So
I think it's a library use in this game, is there?
it's not. There's no library. I thought there was a library use.
No, that's Call of Cthulhu.
It's Call of Cthulhu.
What are you doing? Search again?
Sure.
44 critical success.
52 a regular success.
22 of regular or critical success.
Ooh.
Damn.
We found the address, a phone number, the portal, the guy who built it.
Porno filmed in there.
He walked in and said, "It's right here." He put it on my Google Maps.
Yeah, sure. That's exactly what happens.
Darabandi walked in and said, "Here's the address on your Google Maps."
He said Darabandi is sharing his location.
Wait till this time of night and you'll find it.
Smoke this much hashish and you'll find it.
Probably also true. I'm the only one who tried drugs with the bug. You guys are missing out.
I tried to, but I choked on it.
Well, chew harder.
I prefer my drugs non-insecticide.
It was fine. Didn't taste bad.
You search, you call City Hall, you ask questions, you can't find all in terms of Broadalbin. You can't find anything in terms of plans, nothing in archives. It functionally does not appear to exist.
With our criticals, can we at least find out historical information of the address and the area he gave us? What's there and what was there before at the time frame we assume it was built?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, you deep dive, you start looking, you're digging everywhere and everything. It's not like you're not looking in enough places. You feel like you're looking everywhere you can. Phone calls to City Hall. Like, Broadalbin never existed.
But no trace of that hotel that he was standing in front of. Like, what hotel would have been there?
No.
So it's always been a Panera Bread.
Correct.
Since like the 1800s.
Correct. When Mr. Panera arrived from Italy, he started. You saw him,
or did he come from France?
He was too poor to afford bowls, so he carved them out and placed the soup inside them.
What a sicko! I bet he strangled children too.
He probably did. Troy, your phone goes buzz as you get a text message.
What does it say?
Go here, Broadalbin. You roll a 22.
No, it indicates you have a reservation for a room and to attend the masquerade.
Jesus Christ.
What's the number?
Roll sand.
Oh God.
Star 616.
No.
Well, since you say I'm not fair, we'll see how this goes, and you can tell me what number it is.
Tell me what to roll.
So Troy, where is Reggie originally from?
I don't want to say. It's a secret.
Not anymore.
Russia.
Well, that's interesting.
You've had a Russian accent this whole time?
Nope.
My name is Reginald.
Sure haven't.
Not been playing that.
My name is
not Russian.
Reggie. I love the America.
It would have helped. It would have helped a lot.
Go Los Angeles Bulls.
I love the Bulls.
Well, that makes it a little more difficult with what I was going to do, but fair enough.
I mean, are you looking for a time era frame of reference?
No. I was going to note that it takes you a minute before you're incredibly shocked to realize that the phone number that texted you is your childhood home phone.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Then it might not be Russia.
Fair enough. Wherever you grew up, you Russian spy.
When you came to America, it's that number.
I feel is that like a D4 for you? Is that feel appropriate?
No, I think a D2 is good enough.
All right, D6 it is then.
What is it?
I make most of these up as I go. I feel like getting text message that I have a reservation for a hotel that doesn't exist for my childhood home number would be a little disturbing. So we'll meet in the middle. D3. How's that feel for you? It's uncomfortable.
2.
All right. You lose 2 from unnatural because that's weird.
Really weird.
I mean, I find it weird that my landline that did not probably no longer exists text messages me. Odd.
But it says Broadalbane in the text.
Oh, yeah. Room reserved.
It gives an address,
It does not.
but gives a time and
No, it just says your room for the Hotel Broadalbane has been reserved.
okay.
We look forward to seeing you at the masquerade.
Okay.
Your childhood phone number.
I
I
will.
think they'd be more helpful.
Right. Yeah. Hey, but if it comes up, I have an invitation.
That's good. That's good.
So-
We had the paper one as well.
Yeah. I will snapshot.
Start forwarding it to people. I would look for a few books,
Sure.
a few titles. Hidden History of Occult Tradition, 1922. Le Luminisme en France, 1902. And then Cabrera. Anything by Cabrera. And you said Walters? Walter Cabrera? Walters?
That was Cabrera Walters.
Cabrera Walters, something like that.
I will honor the role enough that you find some of those. Le Luminisme en France does not appear to be any copies in the United States that they're aware of. It is
Going
an old
France.
French. It is an old French book.
Did you check eBay or Mercari?
But I will say that you are able to find resources such as Legends of the Great Lakes by David Cabrera.
Oh.
Wait, where does that come from? You're also able to find Architectural Oddities of Medieval Europe by Rupert Walters.
Good old Rube.
And you're able to find The Hidden History of the Occult Tradition by James Hoy, which should give you a little more information as you start to peer through it. I'll go ahead and give that to you more or less now.
Dope.
So you find out that Senor Augustus Chastain was a lesser noble in Paris who inherited the Chateau de Port, which is located an estate in Reims that was built in the 11th century.
I spell Reims.
Reims.
Okay.
I think it's pronounced Reims. There's not a lot of consonants at the end to pronounce, and M's are really soft in French normally, so the S would be silent. Probably chem.
As long as you put a on there, you're fine.
The house was incredibly strange because every wall contained a door. You already know that he inherited it roughly 1402. Apparently, it is rumored that Augustus Chastain, who got this from a family member, apparently, found a book, quote, bound in wire, filled with codes and ciphers credited to Solomon and written in odd English, was encouraged to him to continue his family's work.
Is it written in English? Strange
In
English?
odd English. Apparently, he eventually cracked the cipher of who he claimed to be Michel Chastain, which would have been one of his forebearers, is the word I want to use, right?
Mm-hmm.
And apparently the house operated on codes. He could open doors and call out set phrases and names into the doors to access strange places. Gideon, would you roll sand, please?
Oh. No.
We can decide this. He claims to have found secret doors to, and I quote, a school, a hospital, a bookseller, catacombs, an inn, and a great metropolis. Apparently, most of his servants left him at this time because they believed the lord of the house to be quite mad. How are we feeling on this particular sand roll? What is that? What are we feeling a good rating is there?
It's a D 1/3.
Okay. Roll me a D130.
A D3?
I feel like it's probably closer to a D4. I mean, you're not out of the realm of possibility with a 6, but I think a 4 is probably more fair.
So that's a 3.
That's your breaking point?
It is, unless I want to completely nuke my relationship with my girlfriend.
Well, you
In
haven't
which
talked.
case I still might not get it.
You haven't talked to her in a while, so
Let's go bananas.
So no more hey girl from you, huh?
Nay, girl. Yeah, breaking point.
breaking point. Go ahead and give him his temp, or his temp. It's permanent, right?
He can look it up. He'll figure it out. But yeah, so that's kind of freaky to start reading about all those places that the Chateau de Port is.
But that's yeah.
You need to know what your disorder is based on: violence or unnatural or.
Well, I mean, it would be unnatural. Like
Yeah.
this guy in 1402 is talking about how he could open a door and end up in an inn that you're looking for, perhaps, or a hospital that you've been in, or a booksellers that you've been in.
Hospital, bookstore, school, never heard of. That's a new one.
Dorchester House was a school.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
I don't remember that.
I believe it was the Dorchester School for Boys, maybe?
Yeah.
Hospital would probably be the one in New York
Yeah.
that they're connected to the mental hospital. Or
Well, Boston.
was it Boston or was it New York?
We slept in a hospital in Boston.
That's the school. That's the Dorchester
That's
House.
Dorchester.
Before it was
Okay.
a school.
At the time, it was a hospital.
There was a
so-
hospital that one of the people, maybe Leland, was in, that he would move between.
Okay.
I have the name somewhere. Bookstore we know.
Yeah, it's a popular hospital, Bellevue.
Bellevue.
yes, Bellevue.
Yes. I'm going to write that down. School will be Dorchester.
Get your disorder.
Bookstore. Got that. The inn is probably Broadalbin.
Mm-hmm.
Great Metropolis is probably Chicago.
Maybe. We're also in New York right now,
That's true.
which is kind of a bigger metropolis, I think, than Chicago. But maybe I'm wrong.
Violence from helplessness.
Chicago might just be a red herring in terms of previous info from tonight's session.
Flynn, would you like some more codes some more clues?
Give me all the codes. Up, up, down, down. BA, select, start. That's the infinite life code. We're good.
Thanks, Lucas.
We're good for the day. You can't kill me.
I'm not trying to kill you.
I think you kind of are.
No. In fact, when you killed yourselves, I brought you back to life.
That's fair.
Yeah, we'll go depersonalization disorder.
That sounds fair. None of this is real.
What does that do?
None of this means anything.
I just become dissociated from myself. And I just feel like I'm not experiencing what I'm experiencing, but
So
I'm
you
like just watching myself
You
experience
disassociate, and then you also have a different
identity, which kind of
Identity.
makes sense,
Yeah.
right? Like I'm watching this human form.
right.
I know things because Tyler Durden knows things.
Right.
Would you?
Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead
Sorry.
and write that down.
I would like to try and research crimes or murders in the White Plains areas in the 1955.
Ooh. Roll me what's your search skill?
40.
Roll me at -20.
Ooh.
That's
I don't know that the New York Public
Am
Library
I-
is going to be a great
am I-
place to find this stuff, but maybe.
Able to aid in this game? I don't remember
No, not really.
no.
No.
because I got a lot higher search. That's why I'm asking.
I do have some more for you, Flynn, if you'd like it.
Yeah. I do need to remember every time I lose sanity, I need to make another sanity check for my disorder.
Yep.
I have not been doing that. Apologies.
Yep. Might as well mark it down. You guys are starting to get more and more long-term things.
I thought that
Yep.
was just triggered by stress specifically.
As it reads, anytime your agent loses sand and anytime your agent faces a trigger that pertains directly to his or her disorder, you must make a follow-up sand roll. If that fails, your agent's disorder takes over.
Okay.
So I don't know what it means, like that trigger that pertains directly to his disorder.
Well, the initial, you and I both have the same disorder of, was it dissociative identity or something like that?
Yes.
Which specifically states it's induced by stress, not by sand
Okay.
loss.
Well,
So sand loss, I guess, could induce stress, but
probably.
it specifies stress in general.
All right.
So, a little bit more in
I think
one
it's
of
a
the
little
books.
it's a little loosey goosey. I think.
This seems to jump ahead in time a few decades, Flynn. But you would already know that Gabriel Chastain is the son of Augustus. So apparently in the 1440s, rumors circulate that Senor Gabriel Chastain publishes his father's work under the title Hygromantia. It was rumored because the name Hygromantia is published under Solomon. But supposedly Gabriel Chastain wrote it based on his father's work. It was a very, very popular occult text in the next few centuries.
What do you mean? Sorry, repeat that. It was written under Solomon, as in Solomon was the author.
Correct.
A pseudonym.
Correct. It is rumored to be written by Gabriel based on his father's code cracking work on the Chateau de Port.
Okay. Solomon's Ars Goetia, like there's got to be a link there. The lesser demons of Solomon.
But I mean, I think that probably came before, right? Referencing
I don't know when Ars Goetia was written compared to when this book was written.
In 1460, Flynn, Gabriel apparently vanishes. He is rumored to have disappeared, leaving behind a jumble of strange papers that outlines a ritual or process that occultists came to call the preliminary invocation. His room also contained a sigil, not his room, inside the home where he disappeared, a sigil for the demon called Person was scratched on the floor in the main hall.
Of course it was.
I feel like he has been showing up more often than
Person?
anything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been mentioned definitely more than most any other demon that I can think of.
Are you sharing this with your compatriots, Flynn?
Yeah.
Can I look up if you're sharing this information? Problem is it's all biblical text and it's not going to be anywhere else. The relationship between the demon Person and the archangel Gabriel.
I mean, you can. What?
I'm crushing your head.
Oh, okay. I mean, you can. Troy. Alertness roll, Troy.
No.
As Gideon relays this information, Reggie suddenly feels himself overcome for a moment, and you see a man in his 30s, long scraggly beard, wearing fatigues, seems to be sitting on some stone steps. City looks really familiar. Looks to be unkempt, homeless. Blonde beard and long hair. The fatigues are labeled. There's no insignia of what it is, what branch of the military or whatever. But the name says Kirsch. And the person is sort of staring down at his feet, and he kind of looks up at you. Then you sort of like snap back to reality.
Nope, there goes Rabbit.
He visibly shaken. Reggie, as you're describing this, is visibly shaken.
Reggie, all right?
Yeah, I think I saw, was it Timothy? No, Timothy Bale.
Stephen Peaker.
Stephen P. Carson. I think I saw him. I just had like a daydream, a vision or something.
Like where?
He was sitting on some steps wearing like army fatigues. Did he look older? Is that for the beard, or he just had a long beard?
Yeah, just long beard. Just looked like an unkempt, homeless individual.
But like, yeah, he looked homeless. So yeah, that's what I saw.
Well, a lot of homeless in New York nowadays. Probably hard to find him if that's what we're looking for.
Or we just draw the sign. Say his name 3 times.
Yeah.
Enjoy drawing the sign,
Clap
sir.
your hands.
Anything else? Any other nuggets?
No, I feel like that was a pretty rich mine to vein there. Vein to mine.
We had Stephen P. Carson in our back pocket for like the name since early.
Yes.
So I think we gotta figure out a way to summon him.
Lions.
Tigers.
You saw lions.
I saw lions.
Yeah. Big lion statues.
I think Person has the head of a lion. Let's go to Demon Web 101.
I literally was trying to think, I'm pretty sure there's like, I mean, lions are not uncommon iconography in buildings of like museums and like that, but
Or royalty in general.
I feel like, I'm sure if I Googled it, but I'm thinking that there's a museum or something in New York, but
Does the Met have lions? No. Yeah.
Person is a great king of hell, being served and obeyed by 22 legions of demons. He knoweth of hidden things, of lost treasures, and of all things past, present, and future. Occupying either a human or aerial body, he answereth truly of all secret and divine things of earth and the creation of the world. Person is depicted as a man with the face of a lion, carrying a ferocious viper and riding a bear. Metal. Before him, there can be heard trumpets sounding.
the lions sit outside the library.
That's it. That's where you saw him.
Our title track and additional musical arrangements were provided by friend of the podcast, Ian Shannon. Find more of his work at sleepfortheweary.com. Like what you heard? Check out more episodes online at rancorsbrothel.com or the Rancors Brothel on Facebook. You can also interact with other listeners at the Fans of the Rancors Brothel Facebook page. Want to contact us? Reach out to @Rancors_Brothel on Twitter or via email at therancorsbrothel@gmail.com. Most of all, keep circulating the tapes. Much love, everyone.